Live. Wow. Katie's game. The previous record was 131 entries. Today we have 158 entries. We are down to the final 9. Eddie, the Asian sensation, will be joining me in the commentary booth. He did bust out. He made it to the money, but he busted out short of the final table. I think he shoved his last 5 big blinds in with an ace and ran into ace 10. And his ace 6 was his second card. Didn't hit, so he'll be joining me shortly. He's off getting coffee. And here we go. 158 players donated a toy or $10 to the Angel Tree, and we raised another $1,300 to add to the 2 previous tournaments where we've raised, and a bunch of more toys. So we are going to make a bunch of kids' Christmas very merry this year. And today, we're down to the final 9. Guaranteed $303 for a $100 buy-in. First place, $3,416 up top. Again, $100 buy-in. So this is going to be an exciting one. We are on a 10-minute delay. You can see it counting down as we get there. This tournament had a 3K guarantee on it for months. And we've been doing so well, we upped it to 5K guarantee. And now we're crushing the 5K guarantee. So I think next month we might bump it a little bit more. Craig predicts we hit 200 players by year end. That's 2 more weeks, guys. That's aggressive. I don't think we're going to get 200 players in the next 2 weeks. But he's extrapolating. That's the word of the day. We went from 130 to 160 to 180. He says 200 is going to be no problem. It's very aggressive for Craig, but I hope he's right because we just keep getting bigger and bigger. We got some people in the chat. My friend Darren Peasley from up in the great Midwest, Minnesota / North Dakota. Looking for his points. Didn't work, Darren, because Streamlabs wasn't running yet. You have to wait until I hit go live. Now try it. It'll work. You can gamble. I think I've set it up for every 10 minutes. You can gamble again. I got a dozen viewers in the chat. If you are here, I'm going to pop in and give everybody 50 points. How's that sound? Loyalty points. Add 50 points for being a immediate viewer. Go check, guys. See, smashed the guarantee, Blake says. Yes, Eddie is not at the final table. Eddie made the money, busted out just short of the final table. He's going to be here in the commentary booth. He's getting us coffee. Check your points, guys. I just gave out 50 points. I want to see who it worked for. You have to be actively watching to get the points. Every hour, I'll do it again. Actually, let's go every half hour in tournaments because I never know when the tournament's going to end and I don't want to cheat you out of your points. So in a half hour, I'll give you more points. What's this button? Am I recording? Dang, I was recording something for a long time. I don't know what that was. Okay. I don't know what that was.
Big hand.
Whoops,
Iliad.
we don't want to see that. That was something old. Let's click on this. Let's click on this. Let's click on this. Sorry, guys. There you go. There you go. All right. Ralph Pipkin from North Carolina. Lego says, woot, woot. Hey, Chris Lego in the chat. I saw you playing today. What place did you get? I think it was before we even started counting places because I think you were at the feature table. We had so many tables going, guys. We had to use the feature table to play on because we had so many tables going in the room. Every single room was being used for cash game and for tournaments. Here's these Asian sensation Eddie Batinga. They're asking, why aren't you at the final table? They actually thought you were at the final table since you weren't sitting here.
No, but I made the cash. So 158, I finished 16th, so I can't complain.
All right. I just gave everybody 50 points.
Let's go.
Blake says, I'm still recovering from you taking my lunch money on the stream, but I'll have to come play with one of these tournaments soon. Well, you know, it was a good time. A good time was had by all. All right, let's kick over into the full-on live stream. 12.6 on a 5K guarantee. Whoa, that's aggressive. Let's turn that down a little bit. So you can see we've got 17, almost 18 minutes left in level 15. Let's check out our payouts real quick. Blinds are 10,000, 20,000 with a 20,000 big blind ante. And let's check out our chip stacks. Next one out, guaranteed $303 with 3,416 up top. Here's our chip counts. Mohammed, 1.4 million.
There's about 3.1 million chips in play. Has about 40% of the chips in play.
That's a crazy amount of chips in play.
Yeah, that's a significant amount of the chips in play.
Our boy Min, second place with 770.
And we promised we would be nicer to him on this stream.
I mean, if he plays better.
Yeah. So
I mean, we can't make any
He's
promises
played really
like
well. You know, so we had such a big turnout that we had to make one of the live stream table a table for us to play. I mean, we didn't live stream it obviously, but we just used it as a kind of a feeder table. And his daughter played, and I was very impressed with her play.
How good she is?
Yeah, she played a hand really, really actually GTO perfect in terms of sizing.
Nice.
You know, she 3-bet kings out of the small blind, checks flop on a 9-high board, bets a 1/3 pot on the turn, and then sets up a stack to pot ratio 0.8 to jam the river.
Now, was it an accident, or does she know what she's doing?
I don't think she knows what she's doing in terms of sizing
but
stuff.
The feel was just there.
But the feel, which is I think is, you can learn the dynamics of the game when the 3-bet.
Right. You can polish it.
Yeah, you can polish it, but
yeah,
having natural intuition is very, very, very difficult.
Love it. I love it. And Min.
Bryce with a short stack and a jam, Queen 10 offsuit under the gun for 3.5 big blinds. Min gonna re-raise it, 3-bet to 300 Cray.
I love the ISO raise.
Yeah, to ISO raise him.
Oh, what's Quad J gonna do?
He can't. Not with 20 big blinds.
No.
Again, there's a little bit of a pay jump.
Well, it's 303 for next one out, and it's 3,000 for first place.
Yeah, but you're flipping at best against that 3-bet.
Yep. And you're dodging 4 overcards.
Yeah.
You know, you're not really worried about Bryce's 65K, but you're still dodging.
Scalawags 1 a.m. at least. 1:15.
An hour and 15 minutes. I'll take the over.
I'll take the over an hour and a half.
Yeah. If there's no chop, and these guys are not choppers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Bryce flops the open ender.
Gets her on the turn, but Min has the nut flush redraw. Bricks. Bryce more than doubling up. Now getting to 20 big blinds.
Yep.
Min's still in a good spot with 23 big blinds.
And Jay would have busted. He would have lost to both players, so good fold. You saw him patting himself on the back there. Ace King's the bottom of my range, Min says.
So good 3-bet ISO, pretty standard jam for both of them, especially with Bryce about to be the big blind.
Bryce was, where's the button at?
Does
it show?
Yeah, he was about to be.
Was he under the gun?
He's under the gun, plus one. Yeah, one of the
early
twos.
Position regardless.
So he was going to, the blinds were going to eat him up. So Queen 10 offsuit's a pretty standard rip right there.
Okay.
An EP, less than 10 big blinds, hand that has some post flop. I mean, you don't like the action behind you.
Right. So Craig does ask the dealer to announce everything. Val says, I felt sorry for myself. I came late because downtown traffic. Next time I shall return early.
No, Val, thank you.
Min, second hand, 9-9.
2.5x. So Bryce again, going to re-rip out of the big blind.
I'm going to try something.
Bryce back-to-back hands getting chips all in. Bryce going to be picking up some chips, assuming he can fade a 9 or some sort of runner.
26% seems like a lot for an under pair.
Yeah.
So it must be taken into account all of the cards that are folded, and one of them was not a 9, so it makes his percentage better, his odds of hitting a 9 better. He's not happy. He's like, oh my God, I came here with second in chips, and all of a sudden I just lose 2 hands back to back, and I'm in the middle of the pack. Very tough start for Min.
I'm going to fire. Eric's going to play the seniors event.
I am possibly streaming. So we had a quick run out, and that's a back-to-back hands for...
What happened with the run out?
What happened was our action tracker didn't hit call, and so Brian did all the stuff before it actually happened.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, Bryce with a back-to-back double up.
I'm gonna see if something works. Ready? It does. Try something.
Bryce back-to-back.
I did a record.
Hands getting chips
and
all
we recorded
in.
this whole hand.
How do you record? Bryce going to be picking up some chips, assuming he can fade a 9.
Now what happened was he said call.
Runner.
26% seems like a
Eddie
lot
never
for
hit,
under. Excuse me, Craig never hit call. So it must be taken into account. Go all of the cards that are folded, and one of them was not a 9. Board runs out clean. It makes his percentage. We get the full double for Bryce. His odds of hitting a 9 better. Let's get back to the action.
Camera looks really zoomed in, huh?
That is zoomed in. Was Tiny over here yesterday helping you guys?
So we're going to have to go back and adjust some of these camera angles. Didn't get a chance to check them, so sorry about that.
That's because you were so deep in the tournament.
Yeah, that's what, so.
Self-edit quickly.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Average chips, 351,000. Let's take a look at these chip counts. Updated chip counts after those 2 back-to-back hands. Min is still second place. He doesn't have as much of a cushion. But boom, when you play that hand, it's doubling up the audio. Okay, thank you, Lego. I know what's going on. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Bryce now moving at the leaderboard. BT, Raymond, Isaac, all below 10 big blinds. Again, our biggest field, definitely our biggest and toughest field so far. And under the gun, yes. Ace-9 offsuit.
158 entries.
Min actually doesn't know this is actually a fold.
Under the gun, yeah. I don't want to be there.
9 full ring. It's actually a fold under the gun.
Now he might be lucky for Min. He's 2 to the left of Muhammad, who has all the chips, and he might be just trying to bully.
So 10-9 suited after an under the gun open is actually a fold. And the reason I'm saying, I know Chris is going to go back and watch this and going to want to
Chris Larkin.
Yeah, he's going to want to get some feedback, especially with so much action behind. And relative, Min's been pretty aggressive on the outer tables, but he showed down ace king and they showed pocket 9.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 of having, if not premium, above average hands.
Right. Now the king queen suited, I think that just folded is actually a flat pre-flop. So
checking out your solvers.
Yeah, not the solver on that one. I don't like. There's spots that I know that I don't need to look at.
You don't need your solver for that one.
So we're gonna go 3 ways to this flop on an all heart board. Min with the nut flush draw after flopping top. Actually, after flopping 3 hearts.
He's actually never been behind on this board. He started out with the best hand.
He actually should c-bet this board.
Oh, for sure, 100% of the time.
So with can you move that? So
yes, I can. Let's minimize that. Yeah. So he bets 80 into 190. They fold around and he gets through. I'm going to try one more thing just to see if I fix the audio issue, guys. I'm going to try something.
Bryce back-to-back hands getting chips all in. Bryce going to be picking up some chips, assuming he can fade a 9 or some sort of runner.
26% seems like a lot for an under pair.
Yeah.
So it must be taken into account all of the cards that are folded, and one of them was not a 9, so it makes his percentage better. His odds of hitting a 9 better. He's not happy. All right, let's get back. So let me know if that worked better, guys. I turned off the other microphones to let the video play. Did BT just fold King Jack?
I didn't see because I was looking.
We were watching the other
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
Quad J, J Gravit, and the low jack. Gonna raise two, just a little 2x with 10-9 suited. Now, with that being said, that is a hand you can definitely open, right in the middle to late position.
Yeah, I fixed it, Lego. Thank you for telling me that.
Small blind gonna rip 30K. Gonna call. Queen deuce here is actually a fold. Especially after
in the big blind.
Yeah, even
with
after, yeah.
1, 2. I'm just doing the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Right.
8. He's getting 8 to 1 on his money.
Yes, and I'll tell you. I'll after this hand's over, I'll explain why.
Okay.
And this goes. What I'm gonna talk about is also
Because that's a mistake a lot of people would make.
Yeah, it's a relation to the small and the big blind as well.
Okay. See, Min's setting a trap here with top pair.
Yeah. He's gonna check. He's gonna check rip. Now, obviously, he fought top pair, so.
Now it's really hard here because Jay or Muhammad could really have better than Queen Deuce.
Right. There's better queen.
He is gonna fold.
Yeah. So that's the thing. If you hit top pair,
you're in trouble.
You're there's a lot of better queens there, and you're really relying on hearts. So
that's a good point.
Yeah. And I'll explain theory based specifically related to that.
Why is Isaac? Oh, Isaac's all in.
Yeah. He ripped two big blinds for the small blind. With
Okay.
ace.
See.
Oh wow.
Now that's bold of quad with Muhammad calling behind. He did call.
God, I voted a queen. Because once he calls, I might have called Jay. He wasn't the call.
Start with the table.
Double gutter. Double gutter and a flush call.
Yeah, we can adjust those cameras.
Yeah. Well, when they stand up.
Yeah.
Big bet.
Quad J gonna pick up a lot of chips there.
Wow, a lot of chips. If
Gonna get him to. Let's go to new chip counts now and see where we're sitting at.
all right, yeah. Had Min called off with his deuce kicker, he would have eliminated two people.
All right, so fundamentally, a lot of players make
that math mistake.
No, it's not even. Yeah, so like I've actually studied blind versus like the blinds, small blind, big blind play, and big small. Actually, the actual course is small and big blind defense. As somebody opens, even if it's from early to middle position, and then you get a call, you think you're getting the price, but you should actually be less incentivized to call unless you have a premium type holding because again, like Queen Deuce.
Queen Deuce is rough. What about like a 5-6?
5-6 suited.
Sure.
You're not going to do it with 5-6 offsuit.
Okay.
You can defend you can defend the big one with 5-6 suited.
Okay.
Right.
Better, more so than Queen Deuce.
Yeah, because at least 5-6 suited, you have straight and flush opportunities, right? But Queen Deuce.
And if you do specifically have Queen Deuce, a lot of people are raising and calling with queens in their range, where your 5-6 is an easy you hit or miss.
Like even I don't even think you're supposed to be defending ace 9 offsuit.
Okay.
Like ace 9 suited, ace 10 suited. Trying to think of what are some hands in those ranges that you're really not going to be calling with offsuit hands unless it's like king queen, like ace queen. You could be re-ripping
Right.
depending on table configuration, table dynamics, and whatnot. So you should be less incentivized to call from the blinds, and that's a mistake I made. Now, if we're early in a tournament, right, whatever, not a big thing. BT looking for the big double/triple up with jacks. Quad J is going to have to make the call here. Hand's too strong.
For sure. And he's got 860,000, so 150,000 is
amazing
not going to
production.
hurt him.
We'll get though. Yeah, Lego. I agree with your statement, which is why it's incorrect to defend from the big blind after a low jack open.
And now quad
re-reps to ISO, correct?
Isolate.
I mean, it's pretty standard.
Yep.
Slight coin flip situation. BT slightly in the lead. you're gonna defend a queen from the big blind, it's gonna be like you're gonna fold queen 8 suited. You're gonna call with a queen 9 suited, queen 10 suited, queen jack suited.
All right, quad J hits his ace.
8 of clubs.
BT needs exactly a jack. Doesn't get it.
Gets eliminated. Good job, BT, making final table with his cool hat, shirt, as always.
Let's check out these payouts.
Yeah, down to 8 players. BT getting $303. I didn't know his actual name was Isaac.
It's not. Isaac busted first. Since they didn't finish the hand.
Oh.
They didn't. Now BT's in eighth place for $367. Let's check out stack size. And then, just for fun, I'm going to do an instant replay of that hand. All right, so let's check out and see. I'm gonna make sure there's nothing going on in this hand. So it's not going to be exactly an instant replay.
Right.
It's going to be a one hand off because I don't want to interfere with this hand if there's anything going on.
Amazing productions. Oh, so let me go back to Lego. You don't call with the queen deuce, hit top pair, and then fold on the queen. That's correct. You're not going to. So if you're going to defend a hand like that from the big blind and you hit a queen, you have to continue. You just have to.
So min 3 bets. Bryce raises with 7-8 suited in the hijack. Min 3 bets to 150 with a naked ace.
You could actually mix in flatting. Yeah, you could actually mix in folding.
He's on the button.
You're not gonna flat this on the button. So you're either folding or you're 3 betting, and I'm okay with men's 3 bet there.
Yep.
You can mix in 3 bets with that hand, and I don't know what the percentage breakdown is between 3 bet folding.
So he's gonna fold right now.
Yes.
Right.
100% he's gonna fold.
All right. So while he's folding, as soon as he folds, I'm going to switch to the replay. What? Is he counting this? It's only 225 to call. Min's only got 400. He's going to put half his stack in with ace-9. Please tell me he's just counting to fold.
I think he's counting to see where he's at.
It's got to be TV time.
Ace-9 suited, you're actually full here as well. You can't call it ace-9. You can make the move with it.
Yeah, but don't call off with it.
I like the 3 bet. Hey, Frosty, that's on me.
My wife even texted him.
See, I was in Minnesota. Oh, I was in Minnesota. Eric's Mill.
I was in Minnesota.
I'm going to write a sticky note to myself. Actually, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Actually, hold on, real quick. Man,
Let's see what Min does. I mean,
this is an ICM mistake.
I mean, I hope he's just doing camera time. He's going to count it up and realize it's half his stack, and then he's going to fold.
This is a 100% fold.
He's going to fold.
It's one thing if Bryce opens and he just rips it on the button, that's okay. And then obviously he's going to get called by
and then he
Larkin.
goes, dang it.
Yeah.
But you don't 3-bet and then call off half of your stack with... Oh! Man. Just as I said, you don't do this. Let's see if Brian can bail him out. Yeah, Blake says no way he calls. Yeah, that's what I said, Blake.
It's an ICM mistake. I love it, and I said I was going to be nicer, but when he goes back, he's going to realize that's the incorrect call based off table dynamics, especially against a player like Chris Larkin.
Yeah.
Not that Chris Larkin, because Chris has better aces there as well.
Right, Chris, yeah.
And then like, he's not shoving anything worse than like 7s, 6.
All right.
6s, 7s. I don't even think he's shoving 5s, like 6s maybe shoving, 6s through 10s he's shoving. Ace Jack suited.
Well, he's lamenting that.
Depending on table configuration, table dynamics, and whatnot. So you should be less incentivized to call from the blinds. That's a mistake I made. Now, if we're early in the tournament, right, whatever. Not a big. BT looking for the big double/triple up with jacks. Quad J is going to have to make the call here. Hand's too strong.
For sure. And he's got 860,000, so 150,000 is
amazing
not going to hurt him.
We'll get there. Yeah, Lego. I agree with your statement, which is why it's incorrect to defend from the big blind after a low jack open.
And now quad
re-rep.
All right, guys, that was taking too long. We are in the middle of our next hand. I'm just playing with this new software we've got with the instant replays, which I think is really fun, and we'll get more into that later. I just didn't want to go too far into this hand.
Now, if Min has ace-3 suited here, he can jam.
He does go all in.
It's actually, that's a full also pre-flop, ace-3 offsuit. And I'm just telling this because he's going to go back and listen. He's going to want to... You know, Min wants the second place chip leader on this.
Yeah, he came here with 750, and he's down to he lost 500,000 chips in like basically 3 hands. Ace King, not his fault. Nine's not his fault. But then the next 2 hands, he just kind of punted them.
Muhammad's surprisingly calling there.
It's not a lot. It's
okay, yeah,
it's 200. He was in the hijack. He was already in for 20K.
Yeah, but you're still not supposed to call King 8 suited there.
Take out 2 guys, get all this money, get to see all 5 cards with, and win 400K that's in the pot.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, like, it's more often than not, some of these moves are going to work, right? Just mathematically. But sometimes they're not. And so, like, his ace-king move was correct. His nines move was correct. And some ICM blow there with
queen deuce.
Yeah, the queen deuce, defending the queen deuce was incorrect. The ace-9 3-bet on the button correct, but shouldn't be calling off that stack.
Wow, we need Brian to bail him out now. Ace, deuce to chop. No. Raymond gets the full triple. Min
picks up chips from...
He does pick up the side pot with ace high.
So he doesn't actually...
He won 25K in that. So luckily for him, Muhammad had enough chips to call off. And the stuff that he lost, he gets back from Muhammad. Let's check out these chip stacks now.
So 7 players remaining, correct?
Yes, we're down to our final 7. BT in 8th and Isaac in 9th. So Quad J is up at the top now with 1.1 million.
He was...
Chris, 805. Muhammad, 690. Anthony, 435. Raymond, 345. Bryce, 295. Min, 13 big blinds. He's not in bad shape. He's got 260K, so he's doing fine.
And again, he's halfway through this level again. We're level 16, small blind 15K.
I mean, he feels like he's way bad because he had 750 coming to the final table, but he's still got 13 bigs. He's got plenty of time. Everything's going well for Bryce this final table.
Yeah. Especially coming in with like 4 big blinds.
Yeah, picks up a double and then picks up a double.
Yeah, Bryson +1 going to be ripping ace-king offsuit.
BT says pocket pairs can win. Not very often. All right, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to hit record.
Looks like Bryce is going to pick up the blinds here. Good shove, pretty standard with 10 big blinds or less. Going to get him about 6, going to get to 15, 16. Oh, only 12 big blinds, okay.
All right.
And that's very important, especially with the blinds coming up very soon. So he'll get a quote-unquote free orbit.
Right.
16 minutes left remaining in level 16.
20-minute levels, 20K starting stack. Actually, today, 25K starting stack if you brought a present or donated $10 to the Angel Tree.
Yep. And so
I'm pretty sure everybody did that.
Yeah, and so for tomorrow's tournament as well, the Chris Mays $200 deep stack. Now a 4K guarantee, also starting at 6 p.m.
I love it.
20-minute levels. If you play that tournament as well, get an additional 5K if you donate either a toy itself or $10, correct?
$10. So the chip stacks on the clock are off. That's assuming a 20K starting stack when it was actually a 25K starting stack. Oh. So the average and everything like that on the clock between hands is off.
Oh, yeah. So you got to do 158 times 5.
Exactly. 158 times
5.
25 instead of 20.
Yeah.
25,000 times 158 players. We actually have almost 4 million chips in play.
And that's assuming everybody did it.
We raised $1,300, which is 130 $10 bills, and assumed 20 people brought in toys.
Okay.
So that math adds up.
Does total chips in play count for the add-on? No, it does not, actually.
We just had that conversation. So with the leg, he's going to hear the conversation a minute after he asked us. So we said that. I assume for $10, everybody did it. And we did raise $1,300, over $1,300.
So probably total chips in play probably about 3.5, 3.6 at minimum.
Sevenfold, eightfold.
That's awesome, Ralph.
Ralph Pipkin says, me and my friends just carried up 150 presents to our local children's hospital this weekend. I love that.
Okay, so men here +1 are going to rip 10s.
What do you do with your Bryce? You only have 10 big blinds. Are you going to put your tournament life in? What's that?
This is a tough call.
I don't call
this
here.
Is, I think it's at the
It's
it's at the bottom of your calling range if you call.
the problem.
I think eights. I think eights. Oh, eights are probably at the bottom of your range. Let me check. 6 right from the big blind. +1 7-handed.
Yeah.
Let me check.
I'm going to.
Hey, so 10 big blinds tournament makes it minimum.
Sevenfold, eightfold.
That's awesome, Ralph.
Ralph Pipkin says, me and my friends just carried up 150 presents to our local children's hospital this weekend. I love that.
Okay, so men here +1 are going to rip 10s.
What do you do with your Bryce? You only have 10 big blinds. Are you going to put your tournament life in? What's that?
This is a tough call.
I don't call
this
here.
Is, I think it's at the
It's
it's at the bottom. Raymond gonna limp in 10-9 suited with 10 big blinds. Quad J next to act in the cutoff. Ace Queen suited. Gonna raise it up here 85-90.
He's a chip leader.
Yeah. I like the size. Makes it to 100.
Raise to 100. I thought you said raise 200. I was like, that seems really big.
Yeah.
Raise to 100.
And see, Muhammad making it
Well,
against the chip leader. It's
yeah.
not. Yeah, that's not a defend. Actually, yeah, I have to double check. That's pretty close.
Oh, he does hit his 10.
Every time I say something, everybody.
Not to do it.
Yeah,
They get bailed out by the deck.
All right, let me check.
All right, so Muhammad is going to. Oh, he's got the nuts. 8 jack beats him.
Yeah. So 20 big blind.
Wow,
big blind
slow
versus
playing.
A raise.
Oh, the jack gets there.
10-8. 10-8 suited is a call. Versus a.
Muhammad just checked every street, anticipating calling or jamming, and Quad J did not fall for it at all.
10-8 suited is a call.
Okay.
It's actually a call. So I was incorrect.
I super love this new feature.
You have to show me how to use that.
Yeah, I made it so it's really easy. Now, oh, another time. All right. So this record button right here,
Yeah.
when we see a big hand hitting, we hit that.
Yeah. So
And
in like
obviously, if it
7
ends up
minutes, you
nothing,
probably
we just
should.
bonk.
In
Yeah,
like 7 minutes, you probably.
yeah, I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Set a timer for 8 minutes. Oh, Raymond under the gun +1 with aces. Gonna rip. Pretty standard rip. You would wish you have you would want 7 or 8 right there, 7 or 8 big blinds, so it looks like you're, just like shoving wide, but
He's got 10 big blinds. Folds around, and does he show? What do you do in this situation? Do you show?
no.
You don't? I do.
Every once in a while, I'll show.
Ray with the bullets. When I get, when I want people to fold, I always show them my good hands to induce them to fold more often.
Did I tell you I flopped quads earlier?
Nice. Did you get paid?
Yeah, a little bit. But there was a guy that hadn't been playing too many hands, and he opens under the gun, and there's limps. And I'm in the big blind with jacks, and I'm like, I should be, but we have the same stack size.
Right.
We both have like 40, like 30 plus bigs, and I was like, man, do I rip it, call, or just 3-bet? And I just called, which I don't think is the correct play, but the guy hadn't opened it at all.
Right.
He hadn't raised. He was like limp calling everything.
Okay.
And the one time he opened, he had freaking aces, which again goes to the player profile.
Right.
I was like, oh, then I flop quads. I'm like, okay, we're good. then the turn's an ace. So I was like, this is a really good card
this
for him.
is great. He had aces? Or
I think he actually folded.
okay.
So I actually led turn. Quad J +1 going to make it 75. 2.5x.
If I'm Jay, I'm raising a little more than normal in this specific situation because I have all of the chips, and I want to put more pressure on. I don't want somebody limping in to see a flop.
Yeah.
So right here, I'm probably going like 3x just because I have so many
Stacy,
chips.
that was yeah. She
Stacy dealt the quad.
So when Stacy sat down, when we opened that new table, I was like, oh, I said, Stacy, I was like, what? I was like, just FYI, Stacy is going to bust 3 people at least.
Nice.
She's
In 30 minutes.
She's the dealer of death, and I'm pretty sure she busted 3 or 4 people.
Nice. I love it.
So Stacy, thank you for the quads. Appreciate that. I tried to overbet river to make it look like I was like bluffing and like snap fold. I was like, dang. And then the next time I have like top set on this one board, and then like I bet like quarter pot on the river. It's like just like you can do that kind of stuff to try to be balanced, right? So you mix in different sizes. All right. Anthony with 4 is gonna rip it +1. Standard rip with 11, 12 big blinds. I like the rip. You don't want to open and get blown off your equity, so you know.
Right.
4s is a hand, and from a tournament, especially 15 big blinds or less, that you're going to want to rip a lot of times, irrespective of your position. Because especially when you rip from early position, I think you rip +1. Stacy
says she busted 6 people in that down.
In that down 6? That's talent.
Man, that's 30 minutes. That's
so rough.
That's 1 every 5 minutes. That's about probably every other hand. 7 deuce bounty is not in play in tournaments. That's a cash thing. I used to play in a guy's home game, and he wanted to play the 7 deuce in this tournament, and I'm like,
no. How do you fundamentally do that? Just give everybody chips? Because what if somebody doesn't have enough chips?
I mean, they're out of the tournament.
Right.
How stupid is that?
125. Very big sizing here. Pocket 10's late position. So one of the things I talk about, again, I'm not into giving too much strategy. A lot of players.
King Jack in late position.
Yeah, to a 4x raise, you're folding.
Oh, yeah, that was I didn't notice it was 4x.
And you can't call here. And so like I understand hands like 9s, 10s, and jacks players. I'm not a big fan of this defend even with 32 because Muhammad has a pretty decent stack size. I think if he makes it like 75, 80K, you can defend. Good guy. I like to fold.
And that's why I was saying in this specific situation, when I'm a huge chip leader, I like to raise it 3x instead of like 2.2 like I normally do. Amazing Productions in the chat says, do you guys have a bad beat jackpot? We do not. We don't collect any bad beat money, so we don't give out any bad beat money.
That's correct.
It's one of those Texas things where we don't take any money off the table. Some places played around with that for a little bit, and then we just decided, you know what, there's no the risk is not worth the reward for this, so we're not going to take a jackpot, and there's no jackpot.
Right.
So great question, thank you.
Bryce under the gun with 5 is gonna. It's a rip. You don't like it.
He's got 9 bigs. That's a rip with 9 bigs?
Yeah.
I need to read this. Ooh, good fold. Christopher's got queen, queen. Now Min's all in with a king 7 suited.
Ooh.
It's half his stack to call. Do you call or ISO?
I'm actually okay with this rip.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, Min like
he does want to isolate. Oh, quad G with ace king. That's a call, right? With a shove and a reshove. This is a tough one.
This one, I actually don't know the spot.
All right, you can't put Min on a premium because it's Min.
Right.
So he could be doing it with anything. He could be doing it with King 7, right? And you have him dominated. But Chris, on the other hand, has a reputation where he is, and we have the advantage of knowing VPIP. Let's look at his VPIP. It doesn't show Chris because he's all in right now. He does fold ace king.
I don't blame him for folding there, especially with Min potentially getting knocked out. I like the move by Min. That's an okay rip. King 7 suited with 10, 11 big blinds late position. I'm okay with that. You just ran into it, right?
Wow. Uh-oh.
Hi,
A king or a 7.
We
know one of the kings is folded, so he's actually he only had one out.
What just happened?
He only had one out, and Jay folded ace king. He would have lost all the chips also.
Holy.
You know what's awesome? I recorded that one.
Let's go. Let's do that one at the break.
All right.
That was so disgusting. Yeah, so obviously, so here if you look, fives, it's a rip, 10 big blinds under the gun 80% of the time.
Wow.
Obviously, with that happening, you're fine.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
good
glad
with
you
it.
folded fives.
So if this plays differently, if Bryce rips in with his fives, Min never does anything with king 7 off.
You're right.
And then queens
is gonna
rips, and ace king
is gonna probably call.
Might call now and lose his entire stack because it's boat over trips.
Yeah.
Wow, that was sick.
That
Rick
was
Mulligan.
I see the king, and I'm like,
Jay.
then I see the queen, I'm like, okay, you're good. And then the 7, and I'm like, okay, I'm glad I finished.
His mom's a trucker, he said. What a suck out. That's why Min's the best. All right, now let's again go look at VPIP while we can. And Min gets rewarded the very next hand. Here's the VPIP. Chris is 17% VPIP after 18 hands. So Min gets rewarded the very next hand with ace, queen suited.
7 and 8 fold.
Big sizing. EP.
3x.
Yeah. Again, when the blinds start going up, your opening sizes need to be smaller. In earlier position, your open sizes shouldn't be more than 2.5.
Yeah, when your stack size is lower, you know, everybody's...
As the blinds increase and your stack depth decreases, your opening size, especially
should be smaller.
Yeah, 2 to 2.2.
It knows the dead cards.
Hey, Rick was on table 3, I think, in the 1 seat. He wants to come sit in the booth with us one time.
Thank you, sir. I was just about
Sure, Rick, we'd love to have you in here.
2 fold.
He said, hey, I love watching the stream. I'd love to be back there.
Let us know.
What game do you like to play, Rick? Actually, this is a big 3-bet from Quad J. Let's let this hand play out first before we start talking about that.
5 calls.
Wow. All right. So, Quad J, 3 bets to 180.
It's a rip.
Oh, that's a rip.
5 goes all in.
Snap rip. Jay's got 2 outs. The 7 of spades does not help him.
Blake, that's a 4-bet rip.
Yeah, that's what we were just discussing.
It's a 4-bet.
I rip it. This is a little safer for him, but he's playing on borrowed money anyway. He was supposed to lose 2 hands ago.
So GTO. Yeah, how did he start the hand? He started 522 bigs. So let's go. I'm gonna run it. The simulation at 25 bigs. Position. What position he's in? +1 under the gun. Versus a 3-bet all in. 3-bet. So 3-bet.
This is always a fold for Jay. He was just frustrated. That was a frustration tank.
Oh, actually, ace queen suited is a call. Let me see what. Let me change it stacked up to 20 big ones. So here, interesting. He had about 22 big blinds to start the hand.
Roughly.
Okay. 25 big at 25 big blinds. It's just strictly a call.
Mint's chip leader.
Luck box.
With 1 million chips. He was almost out 3 hands ago. He was out until he hit runner, runner, magic, magic, perfect, perfect.
Rick, were you there last? Okay, I'm gonna talk about my sick night. It's not even a brag, but so with the ace queen suited versus a button 3-bet at 25 big blinds is actually just a call because you don't. And I like that call. The more I think about it, it's just a call because it's a hand that flops well post and has a lot of equity. At 20 big blinds, so like here 20.
Yep. Change it to 20.
25 green means call. 20 big blind, it's a rip.
Okay.
So I think you can mix in rips and flats there, based off that.
Min is making this entertaining to say the least.
2.5 vex under the gun 7s. That's actually a defend. I like the. I like to defend.
I don't know Muhammad. Is he new here? Shuffle at Min. Queen, Tray, King. That is a good hand for Min.
It's a very good hand for Min's opening rate. Opening. Can bet small here. 50,
bet.
75, 80K.
5 bets, 80,000.
Good bet
Beautiful.
Size.
Well played.
Good job. Good job, man.
He's the best.
Rick, I play less, so I never play late, ever. Okay? Ever, ever, ever. That's like maybe like 1 to 2 a.m. if I'm like running good, blah, blah, blah. I played till 7 o'clock this morning.
I know. I called me at
yeah.
7 o'clock.
I bought it for 550. I'm playing 1-2 last night. Okay, here. I bought it for
500 max buy-in?
550 because I topped off. I got to 450, so I put another 50.
But the table is 500 max buy-in.
500 max. I bought it for. I started playing. I don't remember, like mid-afternoon yesterday.
Right.
Took a little break. Blah blah blah. Bought it for 550 and I cashed out at 4.6K.
Nice.
That's so gross. It was like the juiciest game I've ever.
Yeah, it gets nuts. Welcome to Texas.
7-fold, 8-fold.
Chris Larkin coming back from Vegas played some the NFT crypto tournaments at the Poker Go studio, I believe.
That's a beautiful place. If you haven't been there, check it out.
Rick, I'll tell you a couple of hands last night. I like the 3. I like the raise.
I like it. Anthony's solid.
Yeah.
He's going to fold for sure. Queen 10 is not in his defending range.
This is a rip.
2 goes all in.
I like it.
Nice.
Good job.
3-fold, 5-fold.
Correct rip. Can't call it off here. It's too much of your stack. I think it's 9.
He's got
gonna cost him
700.
It's going to cost him half the like. Oh, it's going to cost him a third of his stack in total.
Well, he's already got a bunch out there. He's got 700 left. It's going to be 135 more to call. So super hard to call off with 8 high, but I like it.
This is a
He's way behind. He's a
fold.
2-to-1 dog.
You're behind so many hands right now. I like the open. It's an open fold.
Put that in his open fold range.
Yeah.
He's
Hey, actually, you know, he said loose call. If he knows it's a loose call, that's fine.
I think it's a value
70,
call.
30.
I like the 8 high suited connectors.
I mean, if you're gonna make a call, you would want to make a call with that type of hand.
Better than queen deuce.
Yeah.
Better 7, 8.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of queen deuce.
Jack.
All right, he needs an ace or a 10.
Ace or 9. Bryce eliminated.
Ace, 9, or 10. 10 would have gave him a straight.
Yeah, gets eliminated in 7th place.
He did the right move, though.
Yeah, I like the move. Makes about
like it.
$500 for his efforts.
Yes.
Good job, Bryce. Tournament. He's actually, he's a tournament director over there at TCH.
Oh, that's where I recognize him from. Yeah, Bryce gets $493 in a 158-player tournament.
Yeah.
Good work, sir. Thanks for coming, and we will see you at the next one.
Yeah. Interesting.
All right. I've recorded so many hands
Nice.
that we can play back on break.
Yeah. Our whole 5-minute break.
No, is it 5? Oh,
Yeah.
you know why? Because we're at the final table and they don't need to fight
Yeah.
100 people for the bathroom and cigarette
Right.
break and stuff like that. So I don't hate the 5-minute break. My guess is they're going to pause the clock to color up a bunch of these 5,000 chips anyway.
So Rick, last time I'm playing, I'm like at 2.1, 2.2, and then some tables consolidate some tables, and these Romanian guys just super splashy punting. I mean, it goes like limp, raise 65, 75, 85
In a 1-2 game?
in a 1-2 game.
I love it.
Like super splashy. And so guy limp back raise rips for 500, 8-3 offsuit. It just shows it. Like
When everybody folds.
yeah, and so like it's crazy, right? So I have kings, and he's actually to my left, right? Which is good and bad at the same time, right? So I have kings. I'm like, I'm just gonna limp, and he makes it 85, and I'm just like,
And then you get to see what
Call.
everybody else does.
yeah, and I just,
love it.
Well, when I limp, and then like everybody falls, and I just call. I call with kings, 9 high board. I just check. It's like super disconnected. 7 deuce.
You don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, and if he's got a set, he's got a set, right? Like if he's got 2 pair, he's got 2 pair. Like I just check and he just rips it, right? And I just snap call. He's like, I have a 9. I'm like, I have kings. He's like, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good hand. That's good hand.
Good hand.
Good hand.
Quad J, we're picking up some big hands.
Yeah. Pretty juicy final table here.
Really is. It's
Lot of
been action packed, and these aren't like this is every hand.
Min.
26 big blinds, chip leader. He can. Oh, he just
You,
calls
you can mix in flats. You can mix in flats and you
on the button.
on the button. You can mix.
I
in
like
flats.
it. I
You
like
can
it
mix
on
in
the button.
flats with some.
Raymond's got 5 bigs. Now you put it in.
Let me see. How many men started with 25 bigs?
26 because he called 80. He called 2 bigs.
They're on the button versus a raise, or versus a raise from.
Under the gun, who's actually the chip leader. King, Queen, 6.
Actually, yeah. So about 40% of the time it's an all-in. 60% of the time it's a call.
All
so you
right.
mix in flat. You can mix in flatting.
All right.
It's a call.
That's a tough one.
Interesting that Quad J checks this. Well, he is out of position in the multi-way pot.
I was gonna say he bets it now. It's such a tough one with 3 people behind you.
So if he bets here, Muhammad folds. I think men can take the betting lead here
Yeah.
based off the passive action.
Oh, yeah.
gonna check.
He's got showdown value.
Yeah.
Oh, and he lets Muhammad and Quad J chop it up with a king kicker.
I think you just check here. Showdown value, 10's good. Paired board.
You don't need 10. Your king's good.
Yeah.
Your king kicker on the board.
Yeah. Not much worse is going to call you.
9 bets, 125.
216 is Raymond. Huh? Why is Raymond not all in free? I don't know. That's a rip for the record.
216.
He meant to say why is Raymond not all in.
Oh, why? Okay, got it.
So Blake, the reason he's not all in is because he doesn't know he should be all in.
Yeah, he should have been.
Yeah. And so that's, when I do these tournaments, I'm working on a lot of the leaks in cash game. Like, I'm spending some time in the 1-2, trying to plug some leaks in 1-2 before. I'm mixing my time between 1-2 and 2-5, probably like 60%, 65% 1-2, 35% 2-5. But, a lot of my studying and coaching is coming from tournaments. And so I know that forward right there is a jam, but he just doesn't. And so, when I'm not trying to give a ton of strategy anymore because my coaches
You can.
My
It's fine.
My coaches are like, yeah, no,
They're not listening.
yeah, but correct. But no, just trying to help like the average recreational tournament player. Actually, I was playing with Gerald today, cash. And I remember some hands that he played in tournament, so I exploited him on the cash game. Anyway, he actually sized some stuff.
You were playing with Gerald, old man Gerald?
Yeah, in
Okay.
cash. And then in tournament, he moved to my table.
I love Gerald, by the way.
Yeah, and then he made a raise, and then I was like, I even told him, I was like, did you listen to my stuff? He's like, yeah, I remember when I watched that one time. Like, You know that he opened like 7-8 suited or whatever, and then Danny just rips it on them and he folds, but it's like a limp call kind of thing. Limp call raise. I like this rip. Anything under the gun suited Broadway card is gonna rip.
And he got a king jack suited to fold, so that's good.
Being the aggressor and calling off are two totally different things.
Yep.
Right. 6 players remaining.
Let's check out these chip stack sizes. It's been we are in hand 24.
Yeah.
Quad J's at the top.
About an hour into this final
30
table.
big blinds. Min 24 big blinds.
Min was second in chips
4
and
big blinds.
was in danger of his life.
Yeah, he had 750 coming. He ran into 4 bad hands and he was down to crumbs. And then he ran to 4 good hands and he's back. Are you getting us coffee? Yes. Perfect. All right. I would have played the tourney for sure. I look at it from Turner's perspective more to point of hurt in my cash game. Right. I guess it makes sense. He doesn't know if he plays more cash than anything. Yeah, in cash and tournaments are two different animals entirely. And it's weird because you can exploit people in different ways. All right, so yeah, he calls a bet pre-flop with pocket 4s, and he doesn't go all in with king jack with 4 big blinds. Both of those statements are accurate. You can see there's 17 minutes left until break. Let's look at these payouts again. What are they guaranteed? $619 for a $100 tournament. All right. Min makes it 90,000. He's back to normal raising. I think his little episode of tilting is over, and he's back to where he should be at 1.1.
I'm pretty sure actually Queen Jack offsuit under the gun is actually a fold. We don't check. I always like to check these spots because it helps me like improve my game.
Exactly.
Right. So
that's what I was talking.
Big blinds. He's under the gun.
I was talking to Anthony's brother, and he says
Oh no, it's a race.
He says
80% of the time it's a race. Okay.
Anthony likes playing on the live stream because he likes studying. Anthony in the one seat. I was talking to his brother. He says his brother said, I'm a field player. I don't do the math. Anthony can do the math in his head. He does a lot of studying. He likes to watch the live stream so he can learn not only I'm going to play with these players and I want to see how they play, but to see different perspective, like you just said. Queen Jack, should I call? Should I raise? Should I fold? And then it puts you a different perspective on it. So for all those reasons, it's really nice to have the live stream, to play on the live stream. Right. Now he can go back and watch it and go, okay, Queen Jack suited with 8 big blinds. That's a rip. Was that correct or not? And he can go back and check himself.
You know, a lot of people think you and I are at an advantage being in the booth. Yes and no. Everybody can watch.
Yeah.
If they want to. We just have to be here because we commentate, right?
We're just forced to concentrate on it. Everybody else is watching it passively, and we have to actively watch it.
So it just, I like to study other players. Not even just players. I like the rip here.
Yep.
10 bigs. Pretty standard. King Jack offsuit is a rip with 10 big blinds, irrespective of position.
All right.
Like, if you want to come play the 1-2 streets out here. I missed some comments because I stepped out of it. I guess I played more tournaments than cash for sure.
BT says, I tried to explain to my wife that cash and tournament are different. I usually win more in cash games in less time. She can't understand why I like playing tournaments instead of just cash. It's super easy. When's the last time you won $53,000 in a weekend playing cash?
Am I supposed to answer that question? Just kidding.
You can get the big scores. If you're looking for $4,000, $5,000, which is a huge chunk of money, play cash games. But if you're looking for $50, $80, $100, $200,000, that's when you want to practice and get good at tournaments.
I like this open. Now, in a blind versus blind scenario, you can actually use a bigger sizing. So I like the sizing there. It's a hand you can mix some limps in. You can raise you can raise first in blind versus blind.
Blake says, that's what I played the first time. Eric torched me. I don't think I played terrible. Opened way up towards the end when I was stuck, but it was a lot of fun. I do make games a lot of fun.
I will say this. I'm very methodical, logical. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I will say this. It helps me in tournaments because I've made some pretty deep runs in some tournaments. Choctaw here, TCH, whatever, what have you, back in Houston. Eric definitely has a better feel for the game than I do. That's something I'm working on. Again, people actually don't believe me when I say I've been playing just over 2 years, and probably seriously about like the last 12 to 13 months, and really started really working on my game like 6 to 8 months ago. So, Quad J under the gun, King Jack suited, looking him to open. 2 and FX standard.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, Rick, we'll give you the boost shot.
Rick says, I'm trying to put the face to the voice of Eric. Well, that's super easy. So
okay.
First of all, let's wait for this hand.
I don't. Is it? Oh, yep. We're all in King Jack suited versus King 9 of. Oh wow!
All
both
the
off
hearts.
a king, but he's got hearts.
Free rolling.
Ace of diamonds on the turn. Needs a heart.
He's got some chop opportunities. Doesn't get it.
I like Bridal with a little hesitation.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's quickly pop up.
Raymond eliminated 5 players left in this tournament.
Raymond $619.
Yeah. Next player is going to be making nearly $1,000.
885.
Quad J Min up at the top of the leaderboard. Chris Larkin, Anthony just below 10 big blinds.
All right, I'm going to turn on this camera real quick for you.
That's Eric.
What's happening, my man? It's Eddie. It's Eric.
Pew, pew, pew.
All right.
I only fired 1 bullet.
That's good.
Yeah.
What did you make, 140 or something?
164?
Thank you.
I got it.
Why do you have all those chips?
Because I played cash for 45 minutes. So I paid.
Welcome to Texas.
I played cash for 4. After I busted, I told the table I bought it for 5. I bought it for like 4. I actually bought it for 400. Okay.
You bought it for
I said
400 and you've got just over
525, whatever.
Nice.
I said, hey, I think there's 15. I busted in 16, so there's 15 players left. I said, I have to go when there's 10 players left.
Right.
So I announced, I was like, don't get on tilt. But I always announce it if I'm going to leave early. So I bought it for 400, cashed it at like 125. Played earlier. I bought it for 500, cashed it at 1385. So.
For the record, Eddie bought a bunch of suits. And he brought them in to get tailored. He said, I'll have suits for Friday. Didn't realize tailoring is a little more than that.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, can I drop this off and get it back by Friday? No, you can't.
So the 2 suits that I bought from Express, it looks like we have a big hand developing.
Min's going to open to 90K.
Yep, standard.
I like it. I like it's a little bit smaller. Just after I got done saying I like it that it's big.
That's what she said.
Christopher shoves Ace King
10
all
bigs.
in.
Gonna be a fold here for Min.
Yeah.
10 big blinds. You have a big chip stack. Remind it.
Eddie has to buy dinner because he is so bad at credit card roulette.
I am so bad. Good fold, Min. Min, okay, for the record, Min made some ICM blunders early on the final table.
He's doing great.
He's
now.
doing great. Got gifted a hand with a King 7 suited. But, again, on that King 7 suited hand, he rips it. I like the rip.
Yeah.
Just, ran into a couple big hands and just got there.
Let's look at these chip stacks.
Anthony, 7 big blinds. He must have just been the big blind. So he had 9 literally last hand. So
Most likely. And they've got 10 more minutes of play at this level before going on a break. Is that... Min, you are... BT, my first memory playing with Eric was a satellite for the big tournament, probably the Summer Jam. We were on the bubble. He was talking about how he already had 2 tickets, so he called my all-in with ace 9 with like 7-3 and hit. I
sounds like Eric.
I have no recollection of that. I cannot confirm nor deny. No, that happened. And that's because in that situation, I knew that I had live cards of 7-3.
Oh, did you hear?
Didn't hear it.
I walked outside to get coffee.
Oh.
And then in the background, he's like, Eddie. I was like, look, box seat 5. Christopher, all in 10 big blinds. Queen 10 offsuit. Standard rip.
He's really...
Muhammad was a big chip leader. He made some ICM blunders early on. $18 minutes left. Level 18, small blind 30K, big blind 60K, big blind any 60K. 30-something hundred up top. Let's double check. It's going to come back around in just a second. Put those
Oh,
prices.
what do you want to see?
Payouts.
Payouts? You got it.
3,416 for first. 2,000 just above. Pinch. Third, about 1,250. 4,000. Fifth, just under $900. Great turnout. 100. Smashing this tournament every week.
Crushing. Before you got in here, I was talking to Craig, and he said we're going to hit 200 by the end of the year. I said, no, we're not.
Next year we will.
Next year, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, next year. But he was like, well, we had 130, and now we got 160 and 180 and 200. That's easy. And I went, it doesn't work like that. That's not how math works, son.
It's like the law of diminishing returns.
Yeah, exactly. I love that law.
Hey, Derek. Yeah, man. So Derek is like one of the main commentators
Yeah.
at TCH. I love those guys over there. You guys do a hell of a job. Love listening to you.
Ooh, big hand. Hold on.
I'm going to have to put you on hold, Derek, for just a second. Men with a bottom
He's got
top pair.
top and bottom. Muhammad's
Muhammad?
got bottom and a gut shot.
Yeah, so with the gutty. Men with the snap raise.
I was going to say, this might look like he's going to slap.
Okay, yeah, just.
He needs exactly a 3.
Pew, pew, pew.
Exactly a
Like-
3. I'm trying to think. He doesn't even have,
I couldn't even, like,
Deuce,
the action was
deuce.
just so fast.
oh, deuce won't help him.
Yeah.
You can't get deuce.
He's a 3.
Oh, he's drawing dead.
Oh, my
And Muhammad out. He went from 0 to 0
Yeah.
in 30 hands.
Now 4 players left
That's-
in this tournament.
Wow. That was a tough one. Let's check out payouts real quick.
Next Gen Poker in the chat saying let's go. Thank you, boys.
Muhammad, 885. Let's check out these stack sizes with our boy Min way up at the top. He does overtake Quad J's with 1.6 million.
Yeah. Derek, so I was, I actually came up to TCH for just a second. I had to grab something from Kim and I left. And then while I was driving back, so like Hayden donated something like $9.99 in the super chat.
Yes.
Okay. And then Danny, who's in Vegas, he's played in our stream a couple of times.
Yep.
Donated 10 saying Hayden's cheap. A guy donates 10.01. Then I come in the chat and I just say, $19.99. So I
Yeah.
donate $19.99 and I say, hey, anything you can do, I can do better. Let's go.
Let's go.
Love listening to Derek. Who's in the booth with you? Is it Ben Kirby today? I'm going to donate money to our chat. For those of you who don't know, we can super chat.
Oh, it's been an hour. You guys, you got to remind me to give you chips.
Yeah, so.
Loyalty. Everybody who's watching right now.
You get points.
I'm going to actually give you
Everybody gets
150 because I forgot about the half hour. So, boom, everybody just got 150 points.
I like the limp here. The check back. Chris has
I like Min's aggression now. Knowing
Bottom pair.
Chris is going to be more conservative, I'm leading every flop.
Yeah.
And he tells the truth. I have 2 undercards to the board, and Min says, good thing I bet.
Oh, you said 2 undercards? I actually didn't catch that.
He goes, I have 2 undercards to the board.
Derek, I'm going to text you. We need to grab some lunch or breakfast one day.
I like breakfast and lunch.
This is where I wish I played more.
Me and Eric will take you out. Take you out. You down with that?
I'm definitely down with that.
Yeah.
Blake says, silly question, what are points for? Very silly question. I don't know.
I'm not, so for the record, I watched their stream over there for like a year, and I still never understood these games, and like people gamble X points,
Yeah.
and I'm just
It's something for fun that you do. You do exclamation point
there's
points.
some other games.
Oh, another big hand.
Hiya.
Man, I'm getting my instant replay button.
All right. So for those of you who don't know, you can
Workout.
super chat, donate money to here to get us to improve our stream.
95 to call. Does he just rip in 9 bigs right now?
Yes. Yes, he's got 10 bigs. Yeah.
Chris makes the right decision. It makes Quad J. He's got a suited ace, but that's a fold.
Yeah,
A raise and an all in.
Yeah.
A raise from Min you can discount, but an all in from Chris is real.
Lego we won't be able to do Friday. We have a super packed Friday.
Yeah, we're slam Friday and Saturday. We can't do anything else on Saturday. We keep trying to.
Derek, do you work Friday at noon?
Ooh, pew pew.
Legit. Hold on.
I only have 6 points to give it. BT, so you have to like the stream, and you have to.
We
be
just
in
don't
the
like you.
chat.
That's why.
No, I honestly don't know how this works. I'm gonna go find BT and manually give him 150 points. BT, see, you're not in my list of users yet. So if today is your first day, you might not get in there until, I don't know how it works, honestly. I don't know. Sorry. I'm new here.
Derek, I'm going to text you right now after I donate money to our chat.
Christopher with Ace King again.
I'm not paying attention to the action. I'm donating money. So you're going to have to do the play-by-play.
I'll do the play-by-play.
All right.
Chris, on the button, makes it 150,000. Folds around to Anthony in the big blind. Well, folds around. That means, he's going to ship it.
What just happened? Okay. Oh, is Anthony going to be all in?
It folds.
Going to be a snap call from Chris.
Yeah, it folds to Chris Larkin in the button.
Standard play.
And Jay gets out of the way. Anthony goes all in. Nothing wrong with King Queen and 190K. And Eddie Bat 499. So Anthony needs a queen or a bunch of hearts. There's a queen for him.
But
he's got to dodge a club now. Oh, drawing dead on the turn. Oh, wow. Hey, Anthony, you played great today. It's always fun having you. This is probably his 4th or 5th final table that he's made.
3 players remaining left on this
Man.
final table.
Really good. Let's.
About 10 minutes away from the break.
What did you say? There's 3 players left? There is 3 players. We're down to the final 3. Anthony gets over $1,000 for his 4th place finish.
Eddie Bat with a $4.99 super chat.
That guy's a baller. Min,
Thank you for everyone in the
26
chat.
big blinds. Quad J's 20 big blinds. Chris Larkin 18 big blinds. I love it. And I just recorded that hand also. I've got so many hands to go through. This is going to be so fun. GG Anthony.
So I got to tell you a funny and
GG
scary story at the
indeed.
same time.
All right. Chris Larkin just immediately opens up to 150. He
I mean, 4
has a good shot.
3-handed, you can open up your range
I was
here.
going to say he has a very good shorthanded game.
I
like it.
like the call from in here.
Was Bryce the Bryce from TCH? Yes.
Yeah. Derek, that's correct. That was that Bryce. Men with middle pair, but on a
I don't mind checking right now.
Yeah. He's going to bet. Let's see if he's going to bet small here. Doesn't have.
He's got to bet.
Spade.
There's 300 in the pot. He's going to bet 175.
It's okay. Quarter pot. It's fine. Min's going to call his middle pair.
I would
Should call.
Okay, it's
Interesting
tough.
fold.
It's tough. You know, you could be drawing dead if he has any spades.
Or king. I would like to have seen him peel one.
I don't mind that at all. Three-handed check call.
It's a check call. Yeah.
I agree. We are.
They're playing for some, pretty decent money for a $100 buy-in. So I don't blame them.
Yep.
Again, some people don't really study these spots. Like, okay, go.
I was playing beside Eddie today and asked Min if he could teach him how to be lucky. I'm starting to believe that should be a class offered by Poker House.
Yeah.
BT Hale in the chat.
Oh. Speaking of
lucky, Quad J's has pocket A's under the gun and the button. No, not the button. Okay, what's going on?
standard open, especially with the stack depth. Can defend here. Standard call. Chris Larkin in the big blind.
With a deuce tray. He does have live cards.
This could be all diamond board.
That would be so dirty.
Not even close.
Queen 6-10. No diamonds at all. Everything
check
else.
Check small bet fold.
Yeah.
It's a super dry board, not connected.
Check 75. Fold.
Now this is a board. I mean, when you're defending from the big blind three-handed range, the big blind defending range can be pretty wide.
Oh, it's a big bet. Make it look like a bluff.
250.
Huge bet. That's not going to work at all. Let's check out these stack sizes.
You're hoping he has a queen or a 10 or something like that there.
Yeah. Yeah. He called something.
I think if he bets one big blind.
Yeah.
So.
Chris is never calling anything. He's not the type to punt his stack right now.
And
we are actually pretty even, Min says. Let's look at how even they are. 18, 23, 24. That is pretty even. Now Min has Jack 5 on the button.
Raised to 125.
like the aggression here. Suited Jack.
Chris in the small blind.
And here's what's interesting. All three remaining players similar stack sizes.
Call.
That's a tough one for Queen 4. I think I might let
so,
it go.
Right. And so remember we were talking earlier in the stream, a lot of people think you're getting a quote-unquote good price to call.
Right. There's 370 in the pot at 65 more. I'm getting like 5 to 1 on my money.
Now, in a scenario like this, three-handed, you can make that call, but nine-handed, it's like you're disincentivized, really, because, you're going to be playing a very weak hand out of position.
Exactly.
What's going to happen if you hit a queen? Like, min fold a top pair earlier.
Exactly.
So you can't make this call and flop top pair fold.
Chris hits all of this board. He's got top pair. And nobody has a flush draw except for Quad needs running cards.
Like, I'll respond to your.
Yes. I'm waiting for the hand to be done so I can chat with him.
Yeah.
Min using his position to get aggressive. So when Chris bets at it, no, we did not. What is it? We might eat it.
Yeah. Check. I mean.
Oh, there's Eric. Eric Cousins is out there, I think.
Man, we'll take
Hey,
his
Eric
food.
Cousins, if you're in the chat still and your food is here, it's IHOP.
Yeah, I mean.
Chris calls 250. Quad J calls? What? Oh, no, it's 250 if he wants to call. He's not calling. I was surprised for a second.
Heads up.
Perfect. Derek, that's what I was going to say.
You are my superhero for making that comment. So, oh, wow.
Now, Min
Min has showdown value. Doesn't need to bet here.
I was gonna say he's bluffing. He's turning his hand into a bluff if he bets right now.
Doesn't need the bet here. Check back.
Good check.
Good check back.
Now Chris,
4 of hearts doesn't really change much.
it's an easy check for
brings
value.
in 5-8, 3. Brings a hand in like 5-8.
Check behind.
Good play.
Yep. Okay.
Derek, you are my number one hero for making that comment.
I was gonna say it.
So you go real quick, and then I'll go
All
on my
right.
spiel.
So Blake says, I need to study shorthanded tournament ranges more. Obviously, it goes way wider from the spots. I'm clueless. Just try to play my feel when I'm lucky enough to get to the stage. This is exactly why I tell people every stream, do not chop. And when I play, I tell people do not chop. The 100, like, let's say they look at this payout and they go, hey guys, let's all take home $2,200. And you think, wow, that's a good idea. I'm making $1,000 right now. But what you're going to lose is the experience
100
of playing
10%.
shorthanded.
I can't emphasize that enough. Now, I used to be 6-8 months ago before I started working with my coaches. I'd be like, oh, hey, four-handed, let's chop it. It was not good for my game.
No.
And so they were like, hey, look, I was in Vegas for WSOP for 2 months this summer. Now and it's not even playing heads up. So like when you get to like later stages in the
Five-handed.
tournament, 5-handed, 6-handed,
Four-handed.
right? You're gonna have to learn to play these spots. You have to learn to be comfortable. And like I don't say this to brag. I won the summer bash here at Poker House.
The birthday bash.
Yeah,
You combine Summer Jam and Birthday Bash.
Yeah, I won the birthday bash here, and the reason is because I don't chop in tournaments, right? Now, like if I was playing the Insomniac tournament, there's 3 of us.
It's
a fun turn,
yeah.
and
When we're playing,
and we're in level 16. Everybody the last 4 players have less than 10 big blinds. I'll do.
and we've been drinking Crown for the last 3 hours.
And so, it really. So here's Blake. This is what I do. As soon as I get to like, if I play a live stream table, or if I play a live stream cash table, or if I play a tournament, I always announce to the players at the table, if I'm going to cash, I say, just FYI, if we get it all in, I only run it once and only.
Right. On the live stream.
On the live stream.
Yeah.
Well, actually out on the floor too.
Just always
I'm always
run it
run
once.
I used to always be like, run it twice. No, I always rip it. You show me aces, I have kings. I'm like, rip it.
Rip it. I can't win this twice.
Yeah. So tournaments, when I get to a final table, I just always announce to the table, just FYI, I don't chop.
I don't chop.
I just don't chop. So
And yeah, they nicknamed me #chop block.
yeah, it literally is his nickname.
And I just, because you would see all of these tournaments when I was back in Minnesota, in these small weekly tournaments, with like 50, 60 people on Hendon Mob, it would be whatever place I got. Like if I got 5th place, it'd be a 4-way chop.
Yeah.
After that. If I got 4th place, it'd be a 3-way chop. If I got 6th place, it'd be a 5-way chop.
Yeah.
Because I just don't chop.
Yeah.
I don't allow it.
Yeah, let's get back. King 7. Chris Larkin, now the chip leader at this final table, 3-handed.
I love it.
Gonna
This
defend.
is great. You couldn't ask for
Yeah.
3 better guys.
This for those of you in the chat that play tournaments. What do you think about me, Eric, and Derek's advice about not chopping and learning how to play shorthanded?
Blake says, you convinced me, I'll never chop again. Exactly, Derek. So Christopher playing it sneaky. He
100% agree with Derek. Bingo, Derek.
Ralph, I'll check on you to see if you're not in my users, and I need to figure out why that is.
Interesting call by Quad Jack on the button with bottom pair.
Yeah, he's not calling. He is calling for value.
No, here's the
Like
thing.
he's a
Chris,
bluff catcher.
If it's a min or a player like myself,
Yeah, maybe. Or
Yeah.
100% me. I'm
Yeah,
definitely fire.
me, you are min. The call makes sense, but against, and this is the thing. This is the
Chris is betting for
yeah.
value.
So for the record, bet
And now
small
he's got
here,
2 pair.
like 130,
There's
150,
Almost 500 in the pot.
175. Like the sizing, quarter pot, just over a quarter pot,
All right, those guys are on break.
25-30%.
I'm going to turn down their microphone.
We'll get back
after
to
this
this
hand.
discussion.
After this hand. Sorry, I thought the hand was done. In my head, the hand was done. Oh, is he gonna? He's gonna make him. Okay, so
That makes a little sense.
now it makes sense. He had a plan for this hand. He didn't think he had the best hand. He had a plan for this hand, and the problem is,
I think
Chris made 2 pair.
It's not even that. I think he picked the wrong. Okay, so we talked about no chopping and learning how to play heads up, shorthanded. I think one of the things that players at the quote unquote recreational level that don't play for a living, that play often. One thing is really understanding betting patterns and understanding player profiles.
And Chris hasn't bluffed at this yet.
He doesn't usually, he's bet 2 streets right here. And not that, I'm not saying that Chris doesn't have bluffs in him, because he does. But in this configuration.
Oh, he just called.
Yeah.
He just called.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to raise. I would have been more impressed with a raise.
Yeah.
All right, let's pause that clock. I'm going to.
Eric's going to show some
instant
videos.
Replay.
Under the gun with 5. It's a rip. You don't like it.
He's got 9 bigs. That's a rip with 9 bigs?
Yeah.
I need to read this. Ooh, good fold. Christopher's got queen, queen. Now Min. Oh, Min's all in with a king 7 suited.
Ooh.
It's half his stack to call. Do you
It's a little
call
big.
or ISO?
I'm actually okay with this rip.
Okay.
Right.
Seven goes all in.
Yeah, man.
He does want to isolate. Oh, quad J with ace king. That's a call, right? With a shove and a reshove. This is a tough one.
This one, I actually don't know the spot.
All right, you can't put Min on a premium because it's Min.
Right.
So he could be doing it with anything. He could be doing it with king 7, right? And you have him dominated. But Chris, on the other hand, has a reputation where he is, and we have the advantage of knowing VPIP. Let's look at his VPIP. It doesn't show Chris because he's all in right now. He does fold ace king.
I don't blame him for folding there, especially with Min potentially getting knocked out. I like the move by Min. That's an okay rip. King 7 suited with 10, 11 big blinds late position. I'm okay with that. You just ran into it, right?
Wow. Uh-oh.
Hi,
A king or a 7.
Who are we getting?
We know one of the kings is folded, so he's actually he only had 1 out.
What just happened?
He only had 1 out, and Jay folded ace king. He would have lost all the chips also.
Holy.
You know what's awesome? I started saying, you know what's awesome? I recorded that hand. I just started using instant replay. I'm going to grab another hand, but I recorded so many hands. I'm just going to randomly grab one and see if it's any good. So I don't know if this is going to be any good or not. Let's try it.
Quad J under the gun, King Jack suited, looking him to open. 2 and FX, standard.
I like it.
Yeah, Rick, we'll give you the boost shot.
Rick says, I'm trying to put the face to the voice of Eric. Well, that's super easy. So
Okay,
first of all, let's
finish
wait for this hand.
I don't. Is it? Oh, yep. We're all in King Jack suited versus King 9 of. Oh wow!
All
Both
the
off a
hearts.
king, but he's got hearts.
Free rolling.
Ace of diamonds on the turn. Needs a heart.
He's got some opportunities. Doesn't get it.
I like Brian with a little hesitation.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's quickly pop up.
Raymond eliminated 5 players left in this tournament.
$619.
Yeah, next player is going to be making nearly $1,000.
85.
You got me covered. Yeah, I've got you covered just a little bit.
Okay, that was a fun one. Let's go grab another one. I'm going to let me minimize this so you don't need to hear that. Let me just go grab another random one Because that's all I'm doing, guys. I'm just grabbing random hands that I don't know. I'm hitting record. If this one's like 2 minutes long, actually, we're not going to do that because we are back. So let's get back to the action. And here we go. Turn up the table mic a little bit. And right away, first hand back, Christopher with King 10 in the small blind.
Raise. 175.
All right, he goes from 80 to 175. I like it. Quad jacks with a jack 5.
Call.
It's going to come along. I forgot to look at these stack sizes while we were gone, or while we were on break. When it gets down to the final table, we only take little 5-minute breaks. So,
100,000. All in.
oh, Chris is open-ended. Dang it, I should have hit record on this hand. He's going to need a count. So Chris raises from the small blind 175,000. Jay calls the extra 95 from the big blind. Flop comes out Jack 3 Queen. Chris hits an open ender. Jay hits middle pair. Chris bets 100, and Jay shoves. Now,
Gonna cost some.
Canadian pot farmer says King 10 can't fold. Open ended.
Backdoor. Second nut flush draw.
He's got a ton of chips. How did he get so many chips? He's got 22.1 million chips. It's only going to cost. It's going to cost him a quarter of his stack. There's already 1.1 out there. Wow, this is a big hand. He does have backdoor clubs.
I mean, Jay with middle pair backdoor diamonds.
He's got an overcard and 2 straight cards. No flush out there to be worried about. He needs a 9, a king, or an ace. I like the call. Chris is really methodical. Jay is feeling better now. He knows he doesn't have a queen. He does fold.
I don't blame him.
Ooh, Jay was sweating.
I mean, if it's like 2 clubs, two clubs, 2 clubs on the board, it's, at that
All right.
point, it's a.
So Rick says YouTube video. I think those are only 60-second videos. I'm not doing it off of YouTube. I'm doing it right off of the Streamlabs software.
That's what I thought you were contemplating. You're calling with any queen, obviously.
Well, so yeah, 3 to so Lego at that point, yeah, 3-1 pot odds, but you also have to factor in ICM with potentially min busting out soon.
Here's our chip counts.
All right, so Chris still you know, with overwhelming. I'll say over.
He's drawing to 3 kinds of cards, ace, king, or 9. I'd fold there too. That's why I'd call. That's a lot of outs. 12 cards twice is
Suited
23.
king on
That's
the button,
46%.
pretty standard open.
I'd like to throw that one in the solver. I think it's a call.
I'll check it.
75.
My open ender.
25 big lines. Hey, let me check the solver, sir. Oh, this is pre-flop. I need the.
You need the flop
I
solver.
I need my laptop
Oh.
for the PL solver.
If he had another 10 bigs in his stack, I forsake call. I think he wanted to say I for sure call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can rip it here.
I was gonna say he's gonna rip it. Well, he's got 13.
You can mix.
big
You can
blinds.
mix.
He
Okay, with min being
Yeah.
min being short.
yeah he doesn't he doesn't. That's tough. He's Chris limps or Chris raises to 175.
With the suited king 3 hand.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's fine. It just
King
makes
five
it really
suited,
hard
yeah.
to play ace 8 out of position. Ace 8 suited, Three-handed is too strong to fold. And now what do? You know, comes out spade, spade,
check, check.
spade. It's going to go check bet.
It's a check bet. Sorry, he flops bottom pair.
Chris is, regardless, I think Chris continues. It helps that he flops a pair, but it was largely irrelevant. He's still, or I mean, an ace or an eight. Oh, he just.
Interesting lead out here
I like it.
on a board that doesn't hit him at all. That's a blocker type bet.
Yeah, Chris doesn't believe him.
Yeah. Now if an
It's hard to
ace
make a
hit,
pair.
no ace hits, look for this to go check check on the turn.
Yes. If a spade, I think quad hit bets again, representing it. Oh, quad bets again. He does have a straight draw, open-ended straight draw.
Neither one has spades.
5, 8,
Yeah, it's going to be
10,
shut down
ace.
after this.
Bet of 80.
And that's a fold, snap fold. Well played, quad. That's what I was saying. If another spade comes, he's going to represent that I was betting on the flush draw, and now I got there.
Looks like a really value bet.
I like it.
Blocker type value bet.
Well played, Jay. I like it. I like it a lot. So while you were gone, I played a bunch of videos. It was so fun. You like and subscribe. I still don't know what happens to the monetization. Look at all these videos I recorded.
Oh, wow. Is it under videos? Okay. You
Yeah.
should probably like archive it like based off date.
Yeah, and well, that's
Like after-
its name is the date and time that they did it. So I just look at the biggest ones, like, oh, this is a 3-second video, delete that. This is a 22-second video, that's no good. Oh, this is a minute long. Let's check this one. Oh, speaking of recording,
Hiya. Jenga.
on the button with a suited Jack 8, min with only 7 big blinds. Does he?
Yeah, that's right.
That is a rip. Okay. Chris got suited connectors. He's gonna fold
fold.
immediately.
Now,
And-
if Quad J had a hand like Jack 10 suited, Queen Jack suited, you can make the call potentially.
Yeah. He's got 16 big blinds. It's gonna cost him 435.
So Blake,
Getting 2 to 1.
with Min having such a short stack, Quad J and Chris are playing for ICM.
Yeah. They both assume Min's taking third place, and they don't want to be at a big chip deficit
Yeah.
going up against the other one. Quad J and Chris.
So you put the over at over 1. Yeah. Yeah, it's an auto rip. He knew, and he knows that.
Good
Good
fold.
fold. You're just behind so much.
Yeah.
Jack 10 suited, maybe.
I think Brian's getting tapped out. He just said good. Somebody said good luck. Maybe that was something else. Let's check out these stack sizes. Yeah, we are getting tapped out. All right, Chris, 1.7. Quad J, 1.4. Min, 945. And we've got King in the Bizox.
He's the best tournament director in Garland. That's my
Let's check out these payouts.
I don't think Eugene lives in Garland.
$800 difference between third and second.
You've said it on stream now. Eugene lives in Garland on the second or third.
All right. Work is going to be. Oh, it is after 1 o'clock. These Katie games are. They're long. All right. 175 with a suited king on the button.
Oh my gosh. Hiya.
Hi.
I like the suited king raise on the button, 3-handed.
I love it.
In fact, it's pretty standard.
This is going to be a huge hand. Chris and. Oh!
Quad J. Gonna take some time.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Min is either calling or folding regardless. It doesn't matter what Jay does.
All right, got a jumper, guys.
Chris's face is like, hiya.
Wow.
Shakes his head no. I like
Wow.
I'm actually. You see my feet back there? That's me
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, watch
With
the King
untucked-
6'6"
Untucked white shirt.
and those sweet boots.
Yeah.
Are those hiking boots?
No, they're Timberlands.
Timberland.
Thank you, Kimberly Stone, for updating my wardrobe, my shoe wardrobe as well.
Yeah, he's like, why do you slow roll me? I was trying to get him in. It didn't matter what you did.
Yeah.
Didn't matter at all. He's either calling Chris or he's not calling Chris.
Good thing is
Min just got
Chris,
second place
yeah.
money. I mean, not yet, because Chris
400
is chip leader. He's
But
going
Chris
to
will
still have five bigs.
5 or 6 big blinds. I
Yeah.
think it can happen.
Oh, for sure. Don't count him out. Last week, we had a guy with 2 bigs come back and win it.
Oh yeah, that's right. So
Like, literally. And they wanted to chop, and he's like, I ain't chopping. 2 bigs. That was my man.
that's why you don't chop.
That's why we don't chop. Hey, I mean, he had to get lucky 4 hands in a row. Wow. ICM disaster. Yes.
I mean, I like the move with the ace.
Yeah. He
Ace.
just.
Oh. Yeah, accident. And we're gonna get this fixed, ladies and gentlemen. I actually saw this.
This is how it came out.
No, it didn't. Yeah.
They stuck together.
All right, now. All right, hold on. Craig has to hit back. All right, well,
We're gonna get it fixed.
yeah. We're probably not going to get it fixed.
Oh.
Okay. Oh,
Oh
flush.
my goodness. Chris just went runner spades.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think Craig's going to go back and try to refix the action.
It doesn't matter. We see what happens.
You survived that sick beat for me, so you battled really hard. Jay played.
You back it up, right?
All right, so you are.
Wow. That's all I could say. Yeah, he hit a flush. Runner flush.
Runner flush. Hi, yeah. And
Wow.
Actually, the queen, he thought
Still 48.
gave him some like
Yeah,
Broadway draw.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I like that flop better. But he really needed those spades out there.
Quadra Jay Gravis a good. He's made a bunch of final tables over there at TCH.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. good
Jay's
player.
awesome.
I know, right?
Jay's awesome. I mean,
Ace in for the win. ICM.
wow.
Min with the $700, $750. He's buying dinner.
Yeah, Min, you're buying dinner
All right.
for sure. Let's check out these payouts. It's corrected. No, it's not corrected yet. Yeah, okay. That's fine.
It's gonna be a standard. It's gonna be a rip. And okay, so I'm gonna go over some strategy. Heads up. Obviously, he's all in. Snap full. So when you're heads up, you can actually implement a limping strategy, a limp calling strategy. So hands like 6-7 suited, 5-6 suited, King 10 off, King 9 off, Queen 9 off. You know, marginal hands you can limp call with. Now you may not be able to limp call rips, but lip calling, you know, can also mix in some talk about. You've heard me talk about being quote unquote balanced. You know, a lot of people tend to like open hands like ace king, ace queen, aces, ace kings. Short-handed, you can open really trashy hands. Like
Right.
sometimes when I'm short-handed, I'll open hands like 9-3 offsuit. And obviously somebody like raises them, you know, tank fold kind of thing. But
Yep.
just to keep your play balanced.
Yes.
And when you play balance and you take linear ranges, okay, we go min with a suited wheel ace on the button, pretty standard.
Yeah, that's an easy shove. Oh, he's got just over 10 big blinds, and now he's got 12 big blinds because he picked up the blind and Annie from Chris.
You know, taking linear ranges. You know, and I can talk about that future streams. But when you play balance, and you mix in bluffs like 3 betting with ace 5 suited, 7 5 suited, 9 10 suited, jack 10 suited
Right.
versus just jacks, king, ace king suited, those types of hands, it's gonna make you. I wouldn't say it'll make you unexploitable, but it'll
Right.
make you less exploitable as a
Right.
poker player.
For instance, that's what I was saying. We kept saying Jay knew
Correct.
to fold
Crossing.
against Chris
Right.
because he didn't make moves like that as much.
Like again, like I was saying, like earlier hand, me versus you,
Yep.
versus
Yeah.
me, you,
It- yeah.
me.
If he's against guys who are making moves. Ralph, you're not in my list yet, and I don't know why.
We chopped the last longer bet. That was it.
Oh, they were gonna last longer without me. I was so pissed.
How much was in it?
I don't know. Min was all like, "Hey, are you still in that last longer?" I'm like, "What last longer?"
That's rude,
I know. Maybe they didn't ask me on purpose because they didn't want me to take all the money.
right? So Chris with 40 big blinds, Min with 10 big blinds. This is easy. Rick says Min back-to-back final tables. Chris with the jack, Min with the jack 8 on the button. I'm. Here's a secret about me. If we get heads up, I'm raising 100% of my buttons. I'm min clicking every button.
All right, that'll jump.
Yep. And it looks like it's gonna be back and forth, all, and then someone
Yep.
it gets busted or doubles up.
Yep.
I know Lego. I was so disappointed.
I'll show you that.
Yeah, Ralph, I'm not sure how it works. I wasn't in my list either, so I'm not quite sure how that works. We just got enough viewers to start doing that, or enough subscribers last week, and I don't know enough about Streamlabs to figure out what it is. So I will learn more if anybody knows and can tell me what I have to tell the players and the viewers what to do to get on the list. Subscribe, like, share. I don't know what the code is, but I wasn't on the list. So if that makes you feel better. And then eventually I got on the list. If this is your first day, maybe that's why.
No, Ralph's
Been here for a while.
Been here for a while.
So I don't know. We'll figure it out though.
King High gonna rip it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why Min thought that long either.
So, as we get talking, so tomorrow we're gonna be the $200 deep stack Chris Mace tournament.
Yeah.
Should be
It's
live
Thursday already.
streaming that final table.
Yes. And it will not go till 1 a.m.
Yeah.
It can start
Friday,
at like 11.
Gonna be having a fun 2-5 match to stack.
That's the most money on the table.
Yeah.
When we do that one because we allow them to match the stack.
Yeah, it's gonna feature either Kim Stone, Hayden Fortini.
Now Kim did it last time. Is she gonna let
one of them
Ford
was playing.
hate-
One of them was playing.
Okay.
She said when I talked to her, Rick Alvarado, bracelet
Okay.
2019 Crazy 8
Nice.
bracelet winner. Was hoping to get Wolfgang Poker in. He hasn't responded yet.
Okay.
Frankie is,
Is he back yet?
yeah, I'm going to text him to see if he wants a seat. Danny Marks is still made day 2, so he will be unavailable.
Here, listen to this for a second.
Yeah.
What's that chop? I honestly.
I did for a while.
No, I'm glad you don't. I mean, this is so important. Like now that you're playing the poker goals and other stuff.
If there's enough to stack to get some playability out of it, then I'll keep playing.
So they are
I'm not even.
they are
I like the entertainment.
telling they are talking about what we said a half hour ago, why we don't chop at this situation, because you need to learn how to play heads up. It's such a different game.
Rick, I just text Frankie.
Yep. I just wanted to see if you'd stack do that.
Yeah, Wolfgang was in town. Played with him last night till 2 a.m.
Ralph, if you have 5K to light on fire, come on in Friday.
All right, guys. Be the last hand at 40-80.
That the stacks got up to like 8K, 9K.
It did.
Yeah. So there was a close to maybe.
We have an
45,
open
50K.
seat if somebody wants to play some. And
Ralph,
it-
do you really want to play?
yeah. I was gonna say it's a 1,500. Oh no, 1,000
min.
1,000 min. I thought it. Okay. I thought it was just a. Oh, maybe the PLO is going to be 1,000 flat, just always 1,000, and then you match stack, or we don't know yet.
So no, we're going to talk about that on Friday.
Okay.
So okay. Oh, men got it with suited 10-8 on the button.
Yeah, we're going to get a call.
And it looks like we're going to be over here unless men spikes something and gets the double.
He's got outs. 45% equity.
Rick, were you not here? He was playing yesterday. He was on table 3 with me. It was me and a couple of the race poker guys from California.
And he was
and Jack last night. Oh,
Min hits an 8, but Chris has an ace.
Something for everyone. Little something
backdoor
for
hearts.
Yeah, backdoor straight
Not a
draw.
hearts, please. Not a hearts.
Oh, 9. He asked for 9 of hearts, but he got the 9 of clubs.
Yeah, it gives him a 7 or a jack.
6, jack, 10, 8 for
Yeah,
2
6.
pair. Or, oh, didn't get it. So close.
Yeah, so close there, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, that is
Chris
it.
Larkin taking the dub. Great job. Good final table.
Let's look at this. Christopher up top with 3,416.
All right, come on, y'all.
Chicken dinner. Come on in. Come on in.
Come and take a seat.
Check out this cool stuff.
Son of, I almost said something bad on the air, but I
Son of
didn't.
a gun?
Yeah,
Here.
I stopped myself. No.
You're out? You're going to step out for a second?
I'm gonna step out.
All right.
You.
All right. So I'm going to turn this down. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to click this button. Champ!
Hello, hello.
What about that ace 10 ace board?
That was, kind of a sick suck out for me, but
You want to see something cool?
anyone who watched this whole final table saw that we were all victims of
Oh my
and
goodness. I have
heroes in those situations. I mean,
so something cool
so many crazy hands.
is something that I can do now. I've been doing instant replays here. Check this out. Hi,
I like the suited king raise on the button, 3-handed.
I love it.
The fact it's pretty standard.
This is going to be a huge hand. Chris and oh,
Quad J. Gonna take some time.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Min is either calling or folding, regardless. It doesn't matter what Jay does.
All right, got a jumper, guys.
Chris's face is like, hi, yeah.
Wow.
Shake his head no. I like
Wow.
I'm actually, you see my feet back there? That's me
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, watch
the
the King
untucked-
6-6
Untucked white shirt.
and those sweet boots.
Yeah.
Are those hiking boots?
No, they're Timberlands.
Timberland.
Thank you, Kimberly Stone, for updating my wardrobe. My shoe wardrobe as well.
Yeah, he's like, why do you slow roll me? I was trying to get him in. It didn't matter what you did.
Yeah.
Didn't matter at all. He's either calling Chris or he's not calling Chris.
Good thing is
Min just got
Chris,
second place
yeah.
money. I mean, not yet, because Chris
400
is chip leader. He's
But
going
Chris
to
will
still have 5 bigs.
5 or 6 big blinds. I
Yeah.
think it happened.
Oh, for sure. Don't count him out. Last week, we had a guy with 2 bigs come back and win it.
Oh yeah, that's right. So
Like, literally. And they wanted to chop, and he's Jay, who's a phenomenal player,
Yeah, he's an excellent player.
bounced him in 3rd place. I mean, he didn't make a mistake. It was just crazy.
It was not an easy table.
No, that was
all.
there were no spots that you could that you could go find.
And thankfully, after that, the stack sizes were such that there wasn't
It
a
was
whole lot
yeah,
to really.
Yeah, there wasn't a
think
lot
about.
you had to worry about.
I went a little light on a couple spots,
Right.
trying to set it for the long game just in case, because all it took was one double up and the stakes.
You had like a 3-1 chip lead on him.
Yeah.
Like you had 40 to his 10. But we were talking.
But one double up and we're back.
I was going to say last week, a guy was down to 2 big blinds and he came back. Then he had 4, then he had 8, then he had 16, then he won the tournament. Let's look at this last hand. And I'm going to turn off our mic again.
I was setting up for a longer game there, which thankfully didn't happen. But if it did, I definitely want to be.
A couple of the race poker guys from California.
And he was.
And Jack last night.
Min hits an 8, but Chris has an ace.
Something for everyone. Little something
Backdoor
for
hearts.
backdoor straight draws once.
Oh, 9. He asked for 9 of hearts, but he got the 9 of clubs.
Yeah, it gives him a 7 or a jack.
6, jack, 10, 8 for 2 pair. Didn't get it. So close.
Yeah, so.
Hi,
I like the suited king raise on the button, 3-handed.
I love it.
In fact, it's pretty standard.
This is going to be a huge hand. Chris and... Oh!
Quad J. Gonna take some time.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Min is either calling or folding regardless.
so guys,
it doesn't
I'm
matter
turning
what
our
Jay
microphones
does. Off, so we're not playing over the video.
Chris's face is like, hi, yeah.
So I'm just going to turn our microphone off again so you can listen to the video.
Shake his head now. I like wow. I'm actually, you see my feet back there? That's me right there.
Oh, watch the King
untucked-
6-6.
Untucked white shirt.
And those sweet boots.
Yeah.
Are those hiking boots?
No, they're Timberlands.
Timberland.
Thank you, Kimberly Stone, for updating my wardrobe. My shoe wardrobe as well.
Yeah, he's like, why do you slow roll me? I was trying to get him in. It didn't matter what you did.
Yeah.
It didn't matter at all. He's either calling Chris or he's not calling Chris.
Good thing is...
Min just got second place money. I mean, not yet, because Chris
400
is chip leader. He's going to still have
5 or 6 big blinds. I think it can happen.
Oh, for sure. Don't count him out. Last week, we had a guy with 2 bigs come back and win it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So,
like, literally. And they wanted to chop, and he's like, I ain't chopping. 2 bigs. That was my man.
That's why you don't chop.
That's why we don't chop. Hey, I mean, he had to get lucky 4 hands in a row. Wow. ICM disaster. Yes.
I mean, I like the move with the ace.
Yeah.
He
just...
Oh, yeah, accident. And we're going to get this fixed, ladies and gentlemen. I actually saw this.
This is how it came out.
No, it didn't. Yeah.
They stuck together.
All right, now. All right, hold on. Craig has to hit back. All right, well.
We're going to get it fixed.
Yeah. We're probably not going to get it fixed.
Oh.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
Flush.
My goodness. Chris just went runner spades.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think Craig's going to go back and try to refix the action.
It doesn't matter. We see what happens.
Wow.
Sorry. Okay, so thank you. I'm back. So I was muting the microphones while the video was playing so that you could hear the video. Now, what I could do alternatively is mute the video so you can hear us going back and forth. Not sure what we're going to do in the future.
They've already heard it.
Something we're just playing with. Yeah, I suppose the better thing is we'll just turn off the replay sound and then we can just commentate over the replay. That's probably what we'll do in the future. But it's super fun. So tell me about the last longer.
Yeah, we had 6 people in the last
$20?
longer bet. Yeah, it was just $20.
Fun. Now, you know who's mad about that? Eddie and Lego.
Yeah.
Are both upset they weren't in the... So...
I don't know how they weren't.
They both owe you $20 because they should have been in it. That's how I look at it, right? I mean, if they were in it, they would have lost it.
What was crazy, though, was out of the 6 people in it...
Thank you,
I think
Rick.
4 of us were still in there when it was down to 25 players, which out of 158 entries is just statistically odd.
Yeah.
And then Men and I were both in it, and we were the final 2.
When did you chop at final table or prior to?
Actually, just before final table, we kind of looked
Both
at each
took
other. It was like,
$60?
you know what? Yeah, we'll just split it. We're good. Because at that point, you're playing for the prize money, and that other $60 isn't going to mean a whole lot.
All right.
Versus the 1,400 difference between first and second. That's more significant.
Yeah, the $60. So, Eddie, I found out there was only 6 people in the last longer. There wasn't like 30.
Who's in charge of it?
Who started the last longer?
I think Rodrigo was running it.
Okay.
I'm running the last longer next time. I'm gonna get 40 people in that bitch.
But Men got me in it. So.
Right.
I'm gonna do the last longer.
So I'm
I'm running it next time. 100% gonna run it.
I'm gonna pull up a random hand that I don't know what it is, just so I can test this. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to add a camera.
Oh, you're just experimenting, man.
I'm experimenting. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go like this, right here in the corner. And now I'm going to say transition. Now I've turned off. Oh, that's the wrong spot. I need to put it up here so that we can see the chip stack size. So I turned off the video microphone. Oh, this is a good hand where you have ace king against king queen.
And I think if we had lasted one more hand, we would have hit the all-time highest blind level on this tournament.
Really?
We were about to go to 100K blinds.
Wow, that's it's 1:30 in the morning.
Just insane. Yes.
Crazy good. Okay, so this one he flops top pair. You flop a flush draw. You draw him. He's dead on the turn. And Anthony eliminated, I think, in 4th place for $1,000, something like that. If I know me, I pull up the payouts here.
Yeah, 4th one.
This is great.
Right over
Love
1,000.
that, guys.
So
So
you got
this
it on the screen down here.
This is great. 1,011. And there, I did pull it up. Anthony, $1,011. Now we're playing for 3 places. When were you confident? Or like ace-10 beating ace-ace? Now you got a 4 or 5 to 1 chip lead over Min?
Yeah, at that point it plays itself. But, I mean, before I knew he had ace-ace, I was feeling pretty good with
Yeah,
ace-10
you're like,
anyway.
ace-10, I'm good here. Let's go.
I always like my chances 3-handed or short-handed, period. Not everyone gets to practice that a lot.
Yep.
I used to play a lot of single table sit and go.
Right. We said that exact
Pretty
same thing.
comfortable there.
Yep.
So, you can go look back in the archives. But typically, if I get to the final 9, I'm
You're
in pretty
doing all
good
right.
shape.
Yeah.
It's getting there. That's the trick.
Yep.
So.
That's for everybody who's still here. I'm gonna pop up and I'm gonna give you another. Oh, I don't know. Let's just give you 200 points if you're still in the chat.
I need some points. I think I got 1.
You need points. All right. So I'm gonna say add points to all viewers. 200.
I don't know how I'm in there all the time.
Okay.
Somehow, the last time I looked at
All
points,
right.
I had
Let's,
1.
Let's find. Let's find.
Of course, I'm not in there right now.
Points.
Oh man, you're adding points to people. I need to get on my own chat.
Yeah, you got to jump on there. All right. So I'm gonna say next.
Oh, I'm in there. I should be in there.
Well, you have to be actively watching the stream. Oh, you are in the background. Good.
Got
good.
it.
All right. So let me go see where you're at.
I hadn't hit like on it yet, but I just did.
All right. I could eat. Yeah. All right. Where?
Been a long time since dinner.
All right. I think we're done. Chris
All right,
Larkin,
there we go.
3 points.
3 points. I don't
All
have
right.
3 points.
I'm going to give you 500 points. Not 3,500, just 500.
There.
Bink. There you- Yeah, I gave him 503. What's the question? Yeah, let's look for Ralph. So I'm going to go. There's Ralph. There's Ralph.
I mean-
so Ralph, you just got that last 100.
Most of our viewers are very loyal viewers. Got to spread the word.
All right. Well, I can't give him 500 because I mean that's just communism. But I'll give him 100 for missing it the first time. I mean, it's like it's inflation. If I just give him points for no reason, that's and then the points aren't worth anything. So I did give you 100 points, Ralph, for missing the first 100. The camera. Boom. I look at the. You know how weird it is to sit there and just look at the corner of the screen for no reason. But when you go back and look at the chat, it looks much better. Instead of looking at the guy's side of his head, he's actually looking you right in the eye, going, "Hey, you too can play tomorrow. $200 buy-in, Chris Mays Classic, 30K starting stack, 20-minute levels. That looks so much better than I'm doing this. It just looks so much better to talk to the camera. Am I right or am I right? I'm right." All right, we're gonna go to
Thank you,
IHOP.
Scott and Lego, for I see the chat up on the screen there. So thank you.
Yeah, it's super fun. These guys just want to
tournament,
gamble.
and December's a weird month. I'm not actually getting out here a whole lot compared to usual, but
Yeah, I haven't seen you for a while.
it was good to make it here tonight. It was a huge field,
Biggest ever.
huge field.
100.
This whole room was just buzzing and humming.
Super
Yep.
fun. Super fun. We had a great time.
Open up the live stream table, like, as
We
a
had
computer table.
we had every table in the room booked. No, okay. So we
In the main room.
In the main room, we had one private game going on in the back, and then we had all 15 tables going with cash
Plus
and
the fee-
tournament, and then they had to add the feature table just to have a place to sit. And as soon as they busted a tournament table after registration closed, it immediately became a cash table. They had alternates waiting to go, so they that place was slamming for a couple of.
Dealers were locked in.
Oh, they were locked in.
It
was like they were doing like 10 balls. You know, that's like, if for those of you who don't know, a down is a half hour, and if you're doing a 10 ball, that means you're working 10 downs, which is, good at math, 5 hours straight before you get a break. But it's a good day.
Yeah, the rotation list on the bottom of the screen was insane.
It was long. It was long.
We were laughing at it. I'm not sure the dealers were laughing at it, but
They
as players,
didn't think it
amusing.
was as funny as we did. All right, that's it, guys. Tomorrow, Chris Mays tournament starts at 6 p.m. $200 buy-in, 4K guarantee. We're gonna crush that. We always do. We're gonna live stream the final table, 30K starting stack, 20-minute levels, late registration until 8:10 through the break. After level 6, that's it. Am I missing anything? This weekend's going to be a good
Come
one.
out and play, and if you can't, then watch, like, and subscribe.
Yeah, I'll give you points if you're watching, guys. Have a good one. We will see you later.